Hello everyone, I am Anisha and I am a UI/UX designer at Think 360 Studio. Today I am going to talk about how to create design system in Figma and how to create components and their variants. So before going further, I am going to give you a bit of introduction what design system is. So without further ado, let's get started. A design system is made up of guidelines, reusable components, patterns that ensures visually appealing design and maintain consistency between a project and the inner pages of a project. So the design system contains various elements. Let me show you some of them. These are typography, color palette, buttons, icons, and you can also add some of the selection like toggle button or radio button, checkbox. We also use input forms and drop downs in the design system. So let me show you how to make some of the simple components in the design system. So let's make a color palette. For that you need to select your primary and secondary colors. Here I am taking a teal color as my primary, and you can just duplicate the rectangle and use the secondary color. So I am taking pink. Now you need to click on this property panel, and then you can click on the plus button to create the style. You can name this color, like I am naming it as my primary, and then you need to create the style. So you can see this color is added, and for the pink one I am going to add this as my secondary color, and then created the style. Now when you make any of the rectangle or you want to give the color, you can just click here and you can see your colors. Like this is the teal one, this is the secondary one, this is the primary which I created. Similarly, you can add shades to your colors like this, and you can make your whole color palette. You can also add accent colors, like the green one is for success, yellow one for warning, red for error, and blue for information. Now I'm going to show you how to create buttons. For buttons, we have many states like the solid button, outline button, button with icon, or the disabled one. For button, let me choose the text, like I am adding button, and you can resize it and choose the text style according to your design. Then you need to add auto layout, and you can manage its properties from here in the auto layout settings, and we can fill the color from here to the background. Then you can manage the spacing between by these options. Let me show you. Like I'm adding a padding, and I am also giving its corner radius, and then you can fill the color of the button as my primary color and click on the text to change its color. This is our button. To make it component, you can just click on this diamond icon, or you can right click and then create component. To make its variants like this, you can click on this plus icon and then you can change its properties. For this one, I can rename it. For this button, you can rename it to my primary button, and for this one you can add some stroke of your colors and also change the text color. and you can give its name to outline. You can make any variations of this button and add this in your style guide or the design system. So you can rename this component as button. Then you can create a component of icons. You can create toggle switches like this, and the drop down and the input forms. To create the input forms, you need to just write some text, like I am using enter name, and you can give auto layout, and then you can fill the shape. And now I am going to add some padding on the right side to make it look like an input form. I'm also adding some padding on the left side and giving some corner radius. And now I want label as well for my form, and then I'm going to apply auto layout on both of these, and you can manage this space as well from here. You can change the text size and colors. Then you can make it as a component and add variants. This is just a placeholder text. You can make its variation like this hover state or the disabled state, the typing state, or the error state. After making all the required components, you can use them in your UI design. Let me show you how. I'm just creating another page, and here you can draw your frame. Right now I'm making a simple login page like this. You can add any image here. And you can get your components from the asset panel. You can just drag and drop these. Right now it is not visible because of the white background, so you need to select this rectangle and you can change its color like this, and can also change its properties. Like I'm modifying this according to a design to make it look good. You can copy paste this and you can change the text without changing the text in the original component. Here I'm writing enter email, and here as well. You can also drag your button and you can resize it as well, like this. Then you just need to add some image here. move this. Adding one title text and align this. So this is how you can use the components. You don't need to change the size and the color here because this is the original component, but you can change the size and color here so it won't affect the original component. To understand the components and its variants, you need to play with these properties. Like we have made these different variants of a button. I'm changing its color like this. And here I just drag and drop this button from the asset panel. Then if I click on this property, then I can, change the variants like this. You don't need to change the size and the color here because this is the original component, but you can change the size and color here so it won't affect the original component. So this is all about the design system and the components and how we can create a beautiful UI using this.